talk about it. So that's just kind of why I started.
That's dope. So how nice were you at COD? Were you like top 100 or something?
Okay, so I actually got into Call of Duty just because my friends were all playing it, and I got pretty good. I would say that I was like a big pub stomper guy, so I got popular on YouTube for pub stomping with sniper rifles.
Yeah.
I would have games like 96 kills, 0 deaths,
Jeez.
post that. So I was good at pub stomping.
Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode. All right, Overtflow PJ in the building. What drink you got there, my brother?
I got a little G Fuel.
Okay.
One of my favorite people. One of my favorite companies for the last 10 years.
Nice. I like the branding on that can. It's
Thank
pretty dope.
you. Yeah, it's a Friday the 13th one. It's nice.
sick.
Little Jason on there.
You got your own drink with them too?
So we're announcing it for my next fight.
Fire.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm excited to have a flavor. I've been working with them since 2015.
Nice.
So to finally have a flavor is going to be amazing.
Next fight. So I know you fought Sensei. That was a while ago, right?
Yeah. Back in 2018, the first ever Logan versus KSI, Jake Paul versus Deji. Nobody could fight Faze Sensei. He was training KSI at the time, and he had been boxing and doing all that since he could walk.
Damn.
And I'm just a jiu-jitsu guy. So I'm black belt in jiu-jitsu. I have very minimal stand-up experience, but nobody would take the fight. He had multiple people pull out, so it's like, throw me in there.
Damn, so how many weeks notice did you have?
So we had been talking about it for a few months, but there was nothing set until about 3 weeks out. I had the contract.
That's a short training camp.
Yeah, right. not as short as the Faze Temper fight. I had that one on 4 days notice.
Bro.
So, hey, whether it's today, tomorrow, or whatever, I'm game for it.
So you're just a fan of the sport. You just want to get in there no matter what.
Yeah. You know what? I just think that I've always competed in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And so I'm a big fan of competition. So I'm just kind of down for it.
Yeah, but that's a whole different game, right? Boxing versus jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's not similar at all. Right. So I've had very minimal boxing. I think that you could compare me to somebody who's like been training for maybe a year, but to fight these guys who have been training for multiple years or their whole life, there's no comparison.
Yeah. Who was your toughest opponent, you say?
Sensei, for sure. Sensei, for sure. I lost quickly to Temper, but that was 4 days notice, and that was like, I hadn't boxed in 5 years. They called me. They asked if I would do it. Temper's one of my good friends. I used to basically live on his couch. So
that's kind of awkward.
Yeah, and that's my guy too. And so, but he needed a win. So we got in there. We got him a win.
I don't know if I could box my boy like that, because when you're boxing, you're going for the knockout, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. You know what? I think I've been doing it for so long. Like, I've been training jiu-jitsu for 20 years. So the amount of friends that I've accidentally choked unconscious or accidentally hurt or whatever it's very high. And they've done the same to me. Yeah. And it's never any hard feelings. That's just the way the game is. So I have really no qualms with that.
Damn, so you've been choked out?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, a lot.
I didn't know jiu-jitsu was like that.
Jiu-jitsu? Oh, yeah. So jiu-jitsu, for anybody who is not aware too, if you watch the UFC, everything that happens on the ground, like they're standing, there's the middle part where you're wrestling, and then once you're on the ground, pretty much everything that happens on the ground is based off of jiu-jitsu, or it is jiu-jitsu. So all the chokes and joint locks and stuff, all jiu-jitsu.
You see a lot of the top fighters these days have a good jiu-jitsu bag in there.
Yeah, UFC was actually started because of jiu-jitsu. So the Gracies came over, started the UFC to show that jiu-jitsu was the dominant 1v1 martial art.
Damn.
And they won, obviously, the first handful of UFCs, and then they took off. But the Gracies are still a legendary name. So I'm a black belt underneath the Gracies.
So you'd low-key rather prefer fighting UFC than boxing then?
100%. I would love to do that. And there's been some talks. I've heard some things of the possibility of being having influencers on the prelims for the UFC and all that. So who knows? Who knows? You might see me on there one day.
You might see you on UFC 300.
Yo, main event.
I heard that card's gonna be nuts. I just watched Bob Menry on the Nelk Boys talk about it.
I have no idea who's going to be them. Obviously, there's been so much rumors. McGregor, maybe John Jones, Brock Lesnar. If Brock Lesnar came back, he'd be on 100, 200, and 300, right? So that would be crazy.
That'd be nuts. That's an OG right there.
Yeah, big OG. And honestly, one of the most exciting, I mean, this man only shows up for the big cards, the 100, the 200, the 300. That would be wild. That would make, I'd be so excited for that.
Is it true YouTube boxers make more than some UFC fighters?
1,000,000%. So I can't speak on everybody, but as far as I'm concerned, I've only had a few fights, and they're for 6 figures.
Damn.
So yeah.
And those were like your first few fights too.
Yeah.
You weren't even like a big name in the space yet.
Right. I've only had 3 fights. Well, so when I started in the space, I was really well known in the Call of Duty scene. So I had a few million followers for that.
Okay.
And then the first fight I had was super minimal pay, but with sponsors and all.
All right, guys, shout out to today's sponsor, Babbel. 1 in 5 Americans have learn a new language on their bucket list. If that's you, make 2024 the year you finally check it off the list. Don't pay hundreds of dollars for private tutors anymore or waste hours on other apps that don't really help you speak the language. Babbel has quick 10-minute lessons that are handcrafted by over 200 language experts to help you start speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. It's designed by real people for real conversations. Babbel has really helped me lock in Spanish. My fiance's family is all Latina, and now I'm able to communicate with her family members, and it's awesome. Studies from Yale, Michigan State University, and others continue to prove that Babbel is better. One study found that using Babbel for 15 hours is equivalent to a full semester at college. They have over 16 million subscriptions sold, plus all of their 14 award-winning language courses are backed by their 20-day money-back guarantee. Here's a special limited time deal for our listeners. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription, but only for our listeners at babbel.com/social hour. That's babbel.com/social hour, spelled BABBEL.com/social hour. Rules and restrictions may apply.
That it was still more than most. It was more than beginner level UFC fighters.
Right.
And now with it getting so big and the massive deals being done and guys like Jake Paul and KSI really pushing it in the space, obviously Happy Punch, Misfits Boxing, pushing the influencer scene, the checks that we can get now are a little outrageous. But that's not for the fighting ability. That's for the entertainment ability, the ability to sell tickets, the fan base, obviously knowing who these people are. So some people look at it and they say, well, you're not even professional fighters necessarily. Why would you make a bigger audience?
Yeah.
More eyeballs.
Yeah, because you see the professional fighters, some of them are, kind of unhappy, honestly, about the YouTube boxing scene. But
Right.
it makes sense. You guys have a huge following from esports or whatever, and you're bringing it to boxing.
Correct. And even like the guys like Sean O'Malley, even Dana White, obviously loving the influencers, bringing them all in. Obviously, everything, what is it? The mainstream is about 10 years behind what's actually happening, they always say. So I was making video game content in 2009, 2010, and it took all this time for it to actually be cool. Like, when did it actually get cool? Maybe 3 years ago? It's oh yeah, I'm a YouTuber. That's cool now.
You were so early, man. I was
Super.
on your YouTube. Some of those videos were like 10, 15 years old.
Oh, yeah. I've been around. I think that I had another channel before that I was posting videos in 2007, but I only posted like 3.
That's crazy.
So I don't really count it until I think late 2009, early 2010, something like that.
So you had no idea esports was going to blow up like that?
No, you know what? I just always been a gamer. I was kind of like a lonely kid. I lived away from a lot of like my friends. I only seen them at school. So at home, I just always grew up playing video games. And so ever since I was little, I was posting on video game forums and message boards. And so once YouTube came out, I just took the stuff that I was posting on message boards and started putting it on YouTube, because I've always been a fan of just obviously building a little community around, I love this game. You do too? Let's talk about it. So that's just kind of why I started.
That's dope. So how nice were you at COD? Were you like top 100 or something?
Okay, so I actually got into Call of Duty just because my friends were all playing it, and I got pretty good. I would say that I was like a big pub stomper guy, so I got popular on YouTube for pub stomping with sniper rifles.
Yeah.
I would have games like 96 kills, 0 deaths,
Jeez.
post that. So I was good at pub stomping, and I played a little bit in the professional scene, won a little bit of money here and there, but I call myself a pro Call of Duty player, a pro video gamer or whatever, but really that's just based off I've made money off of playing video games. I was never a professional like the actual pros,
And back then the money wasn't that insane, right?
Right, yeah, just, a few hundred here and there, a few thousand here
Now
and
it's
there.
like $1 million for Fortnite.
Yo, right? Oh man, yeah, I was ahead of the curve, I think.
No, literally, Boogo won, what was it, $1 million?
I think 3.
3 million?
3 mil, yeah.
And he was like 18 years old at the time.
Yeah, crazy. And now he's still doing great. He's got his icon skin in Fortnite, all of that stuff. So yeah, the prizes now is definitely better than the $300 prize back in the day.
Nuts. And now it seems live streaming is that next kind of wave, honestly. Those guys are making crazy bags.
Yeah, so I was at the Super Bowl, obviously, and I brought out Jake Paul and Logan Paul, the fake ones. I don't know if you've seen them.
I saw that.
And man, we got everybody. We just went over to Kai Sennett's stream.
I saw that
Did
one,
you see
bro.
that?
He actually thought it was them, man.
Yo, loved it. And then Logan Paul comes up, the fake Logan, and he's like, wait a second, something's going on here. He figures out that it's the doppelganger. And then he looks at Jake, he's like, wait, you're an imposter too. Like, the fake Jake looks so good.
Yeah, the fake Jake looks more realistic than the fake Logan.
Right, he's still here too if you want me to bring him down. He's still here, yeah.
We'll have him on for sure. So what's their whole thing? They just imitate them and...
So basically, these guys got popular a few years ago, and especially Rodney, the fake Logan Paul, he had no idea who Logan Paul even was. I think he's close to 40. He was making TikToks with his kids, and everybody kept saying, yo, why does this dude look like Logan Paul? So he ended up looking the guy up, saying, yo, I do look like this man. Jake Paul's team reached out to him, brought him out. So now he hosts Impulsive when Logan can't make it. He does like little fan meetups if Logan can't make it.
What?
It's crazy.
Serious?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hopefully he's going to be a stunt double for him in the WWE soon is what I've been hearing.
He might need that. Logan's been getting injured out there, man.
Right. Yo, bring in the stunt double. Bring in the clone.
For real. Would you ever try Power Slap? I know there was just an event Friday.
You know what? Power Slap. So I already agreed to do a bare knuckle MMA fight.
Damn.
I agreed to do a bare knuckle boxing fight. But I would never agree to do a power slap fight. That's crazy.
What?
Yeah, so my last boxing, just to give you a little taste of why I wouldn't, my last boxing fight, I didn't get hit at all. So I fought Temper, I lost. I fought on Ludwig's Mogul Moves boxing, the next one.
Yeah.
The guy didn't touch me. Well, he touched me. He actually swiped my contact out of my eye. Great game plan somehow. But, and that's cool. Like the hope of getting in there and doing well and not getting hit is available if you do regular fights like MMA or boxing. I might go into an MMA fight, take the guy down, choke him out before he even gets a punch off.
Right.
But the power slap thing, you're agreeing to just get punched basically in the face, which is scary.
Dude, I went to one, not the last one, the one before, but pretty much whoever went first won, like 80% of the time.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've only been to one or two. I don't know if I could stand there and take, because you're basically standing there and going, yes, punch me in the face.
Yeah.
That's
and now they're at the point where everyone's training and stuff, so people are actually knocking you out on the first hit. Like,
man, did you go to this last one a couple days ago?
No, how was it?
It was great. It was fantastic. Everybody was there, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just, I will say, very, very fun events to go to, but probably not that fun to compete in.
No, dude, one guy got carted out, I think, when I went.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought he died. I mean, he was on the ground for like 5 minutes.
Well, they call it power slap, but really what it is, it's like people are getting hit with the palm of their hand, bro. This is just a punch.
Yeah,
it's just a punch that hurts you and not me.
And some of them miss-hit on purpose the first one, so like they'll pretty much knock you out, like hitting the bone to bone.
Man, that's too scary.
No amount of money for me.
Nope.
Because that's permanent brain damage.
You're just agreeing to it.
I mean, like,
yeah, no chance.
It's fun to watch, but no, I'm good on that.
Yes, sir.
So talk to me about Misfits Boxing, man.
Misfits Boxing. Obviously, 2018, we started the influencer boxing. And then in 2022, Misfits Boxing came about. Happy Punch came about. And I believe that we signed a deal with the Zone at Misfits 5. So now KSI really has built an empire for all the influencer boxers, all the people who want to be involved. It's great what Jake Paul is doing, but really I believe that he went he'll say the same thing. Jake Paul went the professional route, signing professional fighters to MVP.
Yeah.
With Misfits Boxing, he really laid out the landscape for the influencer boxers. So what we do over at Misfits is much more of a mix of WWE and amateur professional boxing. And I think that that's what influencer boxing is. It's supposed to be entertaining. It's supposed to be more akin to WWE. These guys are really training. They're really having full camps. They're real fights, but we're bringing a little bit more of that influencer flair to each fight.
Right. Do you guys have any events coming up?
Yes, of course. We haven't announced the next event, but we have one coming up in the next month.
Okay. Well, this drops in a month if you want to announce it now.
Oh, it does? Okay. Beautiful. So not everything's signed and sealed, but Misfits 13 is happening. I don't know if I can say exactly where yet.
Okay.
But we're doing a Brazil card this year. If you guys watched the Prime card, if y'all seen the Prime card, we're doing something possibly even bigger. We got a couple of those events planned for this year. We got 2 massive events. So 2 massive ones and then a handful of other, the non-PPV events.
Fire.
But they're all going to be amazing. Sold out crowds every time, especially in the UK. We're going to build the American fan base this year as well. A lot of good fighters that you all know are going to be on it.
Let's go. UK's love boxing out there, right? UK scene.
You know what? It's just so easy out there because everybody knows KSI, everybody knows Misfits, and you could go across the country in 3 hours. Out here, it's been, I think the biggest crowd that we had out here was for me and Faze Temper's fight, and I believe that we did close to 7,000 out there.
Damn.
But it's just so tough in America to say, hey, we're fighting, come through, but out here, you got to take a plane, you got to drive for 18 hours to get a few states over.
Facts.
Over in the UK, you just hop on the tube and you take a 45-minute travel across the country and you can go anywhere. So those crowds are always packed.
Yeah, Elon, we need you to make that Hyperloop.
Yo, give us a loop.
They were gonna make one to LA, but I think he just
what's been going on with that?
I think he stopped it for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, I was pretty pumped for it because, oh my God, driving to LA from here is always a mission.
Yeah, I always do the late night drive, you know,
Smart.
put on a podcast, this one,
Yeah.
and just drive out there, a little meditation.
Love that, man. Who do you think the best YouTube boxer is right now?
The best YouTube boxer as of right now. I mean, we just saw Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury, and then we saw KSI versus Tommy Fury, and they both, I think that they both could have gone either way, I think, with both of them. But if you're asking me, I think that KSI is the best influencer boxer.
And you're from the US, so that's quite the statement.
I know. And I've seen all these guys. I've been around everybody since the beginning. I just think that KSI brings something a little bit different to the table. I think that Jake is more technically sound,
Yeah.
but I think that KSI has a little bit more of that gamesmanship that you need to win the fights.
Yeah, his fights just seem more raw. He's willing to get nitty gritty.
He's got that dog in him, as they say.
He takes those risks, whereas Jake is more calculated. You know, he's going to fight from back.
Yeah, and I do think that Jake is the better boxer. Technically, I just think that KSI would win that fight.
Yeah, if he gets in there and gets one punch, right? All it takes is one punch at that
For
weight
sure.
class.
And also there's a mentality that KSI has that I see in Jake Paul, but not to the same extent as KSI.
Absolutely. You got fired from GameStop.
Yes, I did.
What happened there?
So I was working at GameStop for a few years after college, and I loved it. Love you, GameStop. And big fan of Call of Duty at the time. They hadn't announced Black Ops 3 yet, but we had gotten the marketing materials for it. So I did something that would not be recommended. I opened up the street data materials, a couple weeks early, and I started posting content to YouTube and Twitter, which is frowned upon. And I went into work one day. They gave me a few extra hours. And the guy from Activision and the guy that runs GameStop Las Vegas was there.
Yeah.
And basically, they just told me that I had a robust following and I was a great guy, but I was dumb and I'm fired. This is crazy. So, but that went super viral, and that was the first time that I really made good money. I think I made 20 grand that month off of YouTube when I told that story, which is, more than I was making at GameStop.
Back then, that's a lot too.
A 1,000,000%. And, they were upset with me for a while. Activision was upset with me for maybe about 2 years. They didn't talk to me. But after that, GameStop flew me to some events. Activision flew me out to the Call of Duty events.
Oh, dope.
So they all came around to it eventually.
All is forgiven. I think you were way ahead of your time, honestly.
That's all it was.
Now it's normal.
Now it's normal. And now companies appreciate that type of publicity.
Yep.
And you know what? They did change some rules at GameStop. I know that there was like a nationwide rule change because of me. And so even to this day, if you go to any GameStop and somebody has been working there for a long time, they're all like, oh yeah, I remember that. We had to change everything because of you, which is so funny. I'm like infamous to some degree there.
Funny. I don't know if it's because we've gotten older, but GameStop doesn't hit the same for me anymore.
Man, I think that it's a Blockbuster thing. It's always going to be nostalgic, right? And if there was a Blockbuster right now, I'd probably go to it.
Yeah.
And I do love GameStop. I went there the other day. I bought like 3 PlayStation 5s for some people, and I still love it, man. And I would honestly, GameStop, take me back. I'll work there part-time on the weekends. I would love it, I
love that.
I still love it, bro. Good memories.
Yeah, no, definitely good memories, man. As a kid, buying those used DS games for like $8.
Yeah. Yo, right? Trading in some games and like not being able to afford the game, getting some games, trading them in. Still good. I still love that feeling.
Great feeling. Best Call of Duty game of all time.
The best COD of all time. So I actually have a Black Ops 1 tattoo on me, so I'm going to have to say Black Ops 1 is my favorite. Yeah, Black Ops 1. I think that Black Ops 1 is my favorite. I think the best Call of Duty ever, though, is probably Black Ops 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Because I hear I've never played any, but Modern Warfare 2 comes up a lot.
That's crazy. You never played any first off. That's insane.
Never played it.
That's nuts. Modern Warfare 2. So people are either like Treyarch people, like the Black Ops series, or they're the Modern Warfare series. I've always been more of a Black Ops guy.
Yeah.
So the general answer is Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 2, depending, right? So I also love Advanced Warfare, which a lot of people hate. That's the one with the jetpacks where you like fly around.
Yeah.
But I thought it increased the skill gap to such a degree that it made it really fun for me. So that's actually my top 3 as well.
I feel that.
But Modern Warfare 2, great. I think a lot of people are nostalgic about it. I think it's a good game, but I like the little bit slower pace of the Black Ops series.
Yeah. I think I never got into it because I was a PC gamer.
Okay.
And it wasn't as big on PC.
What games did you play on PC?
Team Fortress 2, Left 4 Dead,
Okay.
Left 4 Dead 2, Combat Arms, RuneScape, MapleStory.
Big PC guy. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, huge. I was that one nerd kid in school that everyone else played Xbox.
But now it's cool. Now it's awesome.
Now it's dope.
You're ahead of the curve.
Yeah. Now it's like, damn, everyone's coming to PC.
You game? It's nowadays. It's like if you don't game, it's like that's kind of weird.
Yeah. All the players switched because of Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
Because you can build easier.
Yeah, I never even had a gaming PC until Fortnite. Once I started making Fortnite content, I ended up going and getting a PC.
Yeah, Fortnite revolutionized the gaming space, dude.
Fortnite did. I wonder when's the next time we're going to see a game as big as Fortnite, or if Fortnite's just going to continue down the path of being the absolute monster that it is, because the stuff that they're doing, I think Disney just put like $1 billion into them or something.
They just bought them out, right? Epic
They
Games?
did something. Yeah, not fully, but they definitely put a lot of money into it.
1.5 billion I saw.
That's crazy. I wonder what's going to happen there, because they just did that Lego collab. It's like a whole nother game. It's like Minecraft and Fortnite.
They just did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collab.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's actually crazy because I stopped playing for 5 years and I thought it was dead, right? I just started playing a month ago. There's still 1 million people a day on there.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's so funny. I stopped playing 5 years ago. Like, so you played a game and then you put it down?
No, for real. Like, I had to focus on work because Fortnite's a big thing, as you know. Do you still game heavy?
Oh yeah, not as much as I was playing before. I don't game as much as I did before, but still, at least 6 hour days.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But before it was a lot more. I was really investing my time into it.
Oh yeah, before
Prestige Master.
12, 15-hour days, man.
Exactly. Hey, hard work, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. But we paved the way, man. Now these people making millions. It's cool to see.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's cool to me to think back and people say, I was streaming on Twitch when it was Justin TV. People are like, wow, you really got in the game early. I was making Call of Duty videos in 2009. People are like, wow, you really got in there early.
Yeah.
I was on TikTok in 2019. I signed a deal with them. They're like, wow, you got in early.
Damn.
I did the first influencer boxing. They're like, wow, you're a pioneer of the space. I think I have a pretty good vision for what's coming.
Yeah.
Which I'll give myself credit for that. And I'm going to continue to try to be on that wave.
You have such good vision. You're too early.
Yeah. You know what? My dad had the same problem. I always tell my dad, man, he was the dad that had the video camera everywhere growing up.
Yeah.
That was my dad. I'm like, man, if you were just 10 years later, you'd be like Roman Atwood or one of these massive like vlog dads, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just grew up with him with the camera around all the time. So I've been so used to it. I've never really thought anything of it,
That's dope. Did you grow up in Vegas?
Yeah, I'm born and raised out here in Vegas.
Nice, dude. I got to admit, I love it here.
Where are you from?
I'm from Jersey.
Oh, okay. My dad's from Jersey.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, perfect. So my
Small
dad's
world.
from Jersey. He was actually my dad almost, Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
My dad's almost the same guy. Went to the Army, took a bicycle and rode it across country.
What?
And on his way back, he met my mom here in Vegas.
No
and
way.
they had me, and here I am.
So you were a one-night stand?
I would like to say maybe a 2-night stand.
Okay, I was a one-night stand.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
Then
find out till
me too,
I didn't
actually.
find out till a few years ago, but interesting, right?
My dad's like, he's like, yeah, I was riding across the country on my bike because I needed to lose some weight. He was in newspapers and everything.
Yeah.
And he's like, on the way back, you just popped up in Vegas, and then I've been stuck here ever since. It's been 30 years.
Dude, the amount of discipline and leg strength, I'm just picturing. I can't even ride a bike for 20 minutes. Like,
Yo, I'll introduce you to my dad afterwards. Yeah, he's a great guy. His legs were like this back in the day.
Oh my
He
God.
does jiu-jitsu now with me as well. He just got his purple belt, but he had knee surgery, so he's in the process of healing.
That's dope. How long did it take to go back? Did he go back and forth or?
Yeah, you'd have to ask him this story. I don't know how long it took, but I do know that all his friends kept showing up in different towns and seeing him taking pictures. He's got pictures with just like people from the town would say that he's coming through like in the newspaper.
Yeah,
and it's almost exactly the same as Forrest Gump. I'm pretty sure that Forrest Gump is based off my father.
Dude, that's legendary because this is back in the day where bikes weren't what they were. Like,
Yeah. No, it was literally just some random bicycle he got from a garage sale.
Yeah, that's
in Jersey too, by the way.
That's even more impressive.
Right.
Because the bikes these days, I mean, they're damn near riding you. Like, they're electric and stuff.
Yeah. It definitely was not an electric bike. It was powered by a good, hard-working man from the 1960s.
Love that, man. Was he a big influence on all your entrepreneurial stuff?
Yeah, I would say probably the biggest influence.
Sick.
Yeah, my dad's like my best friend.
Same with my dad, dude. He sold books on the side. I would go to book sales with him, dumpster dive. He would sell them on Amazon and eBay, man. Never realized how much it like impacted me to do business.
Yeah, so growing up here in Vegas, my dad worked at all the conventions. And so every convention, my whole life growing up, he'd hand me a stack of his business cards, and he's like, don't come back to the booth until you shook everybody's hand and you gave them all a business card. And this is me as like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old. So I'm just growing up around so many people. I've met probably tens of thousands of people,
Yeah.
And it really applies heavily to this business because all day long, I'm just meeting people or doing things or doing podcasts or connecting people. I'm really a facilitator of things. And I think that, and I know for a fact that growing up in Vegas with my dad made that possible for me.
That's huge. Yeah, networking's crucial, and you've got one of the biggest networks I know. So
yeah, you know what? I do think that I'm probably one of the most well-connected guys in the industry.
You are, dude.
It's crazy.
I was going through your IG, and I'm like, damn.
Wait a second. I might not be the most well-known guy, but I definitely would argue that I'm one of the most well-connected guys.
But that's actually the best place to be, because you can't be canceled. No one gives a shit. But you have all these connections.
Right? No, for sure. I could connect. I always talk about this. I was with Bryce Hall and all those boys the other day, and they needed a connection to another massive name. And they came up, they're like, yo, I need this connection. Let's set up. And we did it. I think they're doing like an 8-figure deal right now or something.
Yeah, you get a little piece of that, and you can just play connector all day.
Right? That'd be beautiful.
Yeah. That's dope, dude. What are your thoughts on chess boxing?
You know what? I had never even heard of chess boxing, but apparently it's popular over in like Eastern Europe and India. And I have to say, when I told it to, when I posted on my socials and I told my friends about it, everybody was didn't know what to expect. But I actually think that it might even be more exciting than boxing to some degree. Did you happen to watch it?
I watched Alex Botez fight that blonde girl.
Okay, yeah. The Botez sisters, yeah, they fought, and I think that. What's crazy to me about that crowd, I think that was a 10,000 person arena.
Yeah.
And it was packed. And when I fought, I would hit the guy, stumble the guy, the ref would intervene, the whole crowd would be like, oh my gosh.
Oh, wait, you did it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I fought PewDiePie's friend, Chris Broad.
Oh, nice. I didn't know you played chess.
Yeah. You know what? I know how to play chess. I was in chess club, but I'm not like a chess pro. Like I know how to play. That's
you know your ELO or no?
It's probably like 800.
Okay.
So really not great.
Yeah.
Really not great. But
so
even
you focus
that
on the boxing.
Yeah. So I focus on the boxing, but also I was winning the chess against the guy, to be fair, you know. But that is so crazy because when I would hit the guy and the ref would intervene, the crowd would be like, whoa. But then when I took his queen, the crowd's like, oh my God. Oh. It's like so wild. Dude. It's so exciting too. Even I watch back some of the fights sometimes, and man, it really has me super invested just because the crazy juxtaposition of the mental game versus the physical game back and forth really throws you off.
I would consider it. I'm a 1300 in chess, and I got reach, so I would consider it.
Bro, you got tall, buddy.
Yeah, bro.
What's your reach? 84?
It's got pretty much my wingspan. I mean,
John Jones reach.
Yeah, I know, right? That's a dream guess right there.
Right? That's a dream matchup.
Yeah.
Chess boxing, though.
Yeah, chess boxing for sure. All right, man. Well, anything you want to promote or close off with?
Please follow me on all my socials at Faze Dirty, or at Overtflow, or at Happy Punch. Thank you so much for having me. A bunch of fights coming this year. We got a bare knuckle boxing fight. We got Misfits MMA, the first ever influencer MMA event is happening, and then I'm doing a bare knuckle MMA fight at the end of the year.
Fire. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys, as always. See you tomorrow.